Okay, here's the thing, hybridity. Hybridity, kind of like what are ways of combining two things to create a unique third? I mean, how can you make art incorporating the concept of hybridity? Well, what is hybridity? Let's look at some artists and consider how each of these artists incorporates hybridity into their work. First of all, when I think of hybrid, I think of a car that's hybrid. It's two things. It's gas, it's electric. It can do both. But more often, I think of a zonkey. A zonkey is a zebra and a donkey. Zonkeys are cool. You can easily make art by combining two things, like this mouse elephant or this kiwi kiwi. And those are both done in Photoshop. Here's an artist who makes hybrid creatures. They sort of look like they're half animal and they sort of look like they're half human. They're kind of weird. I don't know. Hybridity can be cultural as well. For example, here in America, we have the Big Mac. But once it goes to another country, like India, they might not use beef anymore. Maybe they'll make it out of lamb. Or what about the McLobster, which is a Canadian lobster sandwich? That's crazy. Look, cultural hybridity should not be confused with cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation is when you borrow things from a culture, really kind of like without even asking. It's kind of like when you make a culture and you make it into a caricature. It's like you're almost making fun of it. So that's different. Look, we're talking about combining two things and making a unique third. And this is a simple example. Like this bird here is really just made out of light bulbs. And it's cool because they're light bulbs, but it's a bird. Speaking of light, these are like pieces of material on a wall, but they make these shadows that look like animals. Like that looks like a fox, right? But if you look at the stuff on the wall, it's just like cardboard or sticks or something. I'm not even sure. Anyway, speaking of light, this artist makes light makeup by shining different colored lights on people's faces and giving them makeup. If you really want to see something crazy with hybridity, you should look into this artist, Tony Osler. He has these pillows and he projects these weird images onto them, and then he has sound over it and voices and all kinds of cool stuff. That's really hybridity. But you don't have to go that far. You can just take some pictures and just draw on top of them, and the drawing becomes a second part, and it becomes a new third. So that's your theme for the week, hybridity. All right, let's make some art.